And it's just like we're just making characters around beating Ryu. We don't even really make more Fireball characters. We just make more characters to beat Ryu.
All right, grand finals, Ludovic versus Steve H. I keep calling him Ludovic, but it's Ludovic.
That's right.
I like that, the midnight blue. I'm colorblind, it might be purple.
Oh, I'm gonna leave that one a mystery.
Come on, man. That's my disability, don't play me like that.
I don't actually know what to call it. You know, now with the lighting, it's hard to say.
Oh, I see. Maybe it's not a disability.
I think it is blue. I think it is blue. I think you're right.
I'm gonna have to appropriate that color. I like it.
So Lud's gonna use those pokes. They're almost as good as Fireball.
Yeah, a little bit different use, but you know, we're seeing him fight back. Not very successfully. There it is. There's the first DP bait. I think that's the strongest thing Falke has in this matchup.
Nice punish. And the corner.
Big combo.
He was down backing, but he didn't block.
Yeah, I don't know what he must have tried to wake up with a button.
Yeah, I guess grab. Good read from Lud. A lot of white life there, though.
Yeah, as we saw in the last grand finals, white life counts. I mean, you know, if the timer runs out, how much white life you have drained factors into how much life you have left.
First stand light kick's 3 frames, right?
4.
4 frames.
No, wait. Do you see the range on that thing?
Good point. So he's using that stand light kick right after the blast pretty consistently. I wonder if we'll see Steve challenge. Nice
it's
punish
a
on the
7-frame gap. So I don't know if Ryu really has anything to challenge there, right? If it's -3, then it's 4. Wait, let me count on my fingers. Good stuff. That backdash Fireball, Steve H special. There's the first big jump, and that could have been a lot more damage, but he'll take what he can get. Wow, Lud is looking a little bit flustered now. He doesn't know how to get out of this corner. Steve H trying to maximize his opportunity here. Went for the DP bait. Steve H did not bite.
Steve staying pretty consistent with the shimmies, ball back into the Fireball. Got that life lead, and he's holding on to it.
He is like 100% success rate on forward pierces. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, don't get in the forward pierce range around Steve H and like not be blocking.
Yeah, you are going to get the wind knocked out of you, guaranteed. That's the benefit of pressing buttons so rarely. Ooh. Steve really sleeping there. That could have been a good air opportunity, but walking himself to the corner slowly. Good stuff. Jumps his way out. Oh, wow. The hit stop allowed Falke to clear the Fireball. That was special.
I really like the use of the dive to alter the trajectory just after the Fireball to thread the needle. Yeah, and then there's a nice jump in.
Her damage is good, too. I mean, it just takes jumping one of those Fireballs the right way, and it's, you know, a lot of damage from Falke.
Steve has favored that. Finally changes it up. It's been jump heavy, fade away, crouch medium kick Fireball. 4 out of 5,
wow.
5 out of 6, 6 out of 7, and the last one he just throws that overhead in, as you call it, the Steve H.
The Steve H. He kept Lud a hair away from Sun for about 15 seconds there, just throwing Fireballs. That's one of the benefits. There's a lot of utility for Fireballs. It's not only about the damage, and it's not just about recovering quick enough. You know, it's one of those things.
And a lot of it is the Fireball game. Steve is mixing it up very well. Lud had 3 meters there. She has, I'm sure, I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm sure one of her EX moves goes through a Fireball.
No, none of them.
No?
None.
All right, well.
Maybe the EXDP, but it's a pretty short range.
Yeah, I feel like though, even at the end, he was close enough for the DP. But Steve is mixing up his Fireball game, right? He's not just spamming Fireballs, but when it is time to throw a bunch, he throws a bunch.
Yeah.
He's playing it very well.
I don't know. I think Lud has got to start taking another couple of chances here, right? Especially Steve pushed to the corner here. I like it. See, this is the sort of pressure this character can set up, and Steve was happy to just block for a solid 10 seconds. That's a good anti-fireball tool. Wow, the DP bait didn't work. The DP, he must have used heavy version to clear a little extra distance.
It's definitely the heavy version, and it just worked out for him.
If I'm going to get crush countered, I might as well go for the gold. Never try and jump on Steve H. Just as I say that, turning me into an idiot.
You gotta do it. I mean, this guy's throwing Fireballs, and that's what it's all about. That's what I'm saying. You know, his Fireball game, he's playing it very well, but you're going to have to jump. You got to do it at some point.
Yep.
There's his fadeaway again. Steve H loves it.
I think Lud is going to have to turn this into a better war of attrition. Falke has a lot of tools for, you know, for nullifying the fireball. Not exactly for beating it outright, but she can dive kick and change the trajectory to, you know, keep himself a little further away out of DP range. She can use the fireballs to crush the fireballs, or she can use her own fireballs to crush fireballs and do a little damage to Steve in the process, or just nullify him. I think Lud has to work a little harder to make Steve bored.
Steve's just playing good Street Fighter, man. He's landing his meaties. He's not missing those, which can be the bane of a lot of players. He's throwing good fireballs. He's hitting a fair amount of anti-airs. Playing good positioning. And
there's another solar plexus strike.
Ace with that one. I almost feel like it's a reward for him. He's setting it up with the fireball, and then when you're close enough for it, he's like, yes, I can get to press this button.
Like every year on New Year's, instead of a resolution, Steve like packs himself 100 solar plexus strike cards.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, I get to use these throughout the year, and they're all gonna land.
And he always uses the first one at the stroke of midnight every year. That's tradition. That one would have been close, and in my head, I Dragon Punched. He got me. He got me on that one.
You know, that is something so typical of Steve, too, is that he's like the only player I've ever seen where he will offer you, like, something on a silver platter, and then he just won't even bite. You know, like, just there was that DP bait, and he didn't even try a heavy DP. He didn't try to beat it anyway. He was just like, you know what? I know an option that works against that. Down back.
Yeah.
He will choose defense over, you know, the option to beat something any day. Steve looking comfortable with that hair. It's longer than it's been in a long time. It's not exactly long either.
You know what happened to me in that situation is I would jump, right? And I would go try to bait Steve, right? With the dive kick. But then I would accidentally do, like, say, jump strong or something, right? And then Steve would DP it, right? And then, no, Steve, like, wouldn't block it, right? Or Steve wouldn't bite, but he would still punish it. And then he'd be like, yeah, like, I knew you were going to jump strong anyway. I'm like, Steve, no, I was like, definitely going to dive. Like, you didn't, but he's like, no, like, I knew. He's like, I knew that you were going to do that. He's a fortunate guy, but I think having confidence like that in your game is very useful. You never hesitate. You know, you don't miss those combos. You don't miss those links because you had brain fart.
You know what? I'm going to go a step further and say that kind of confidence is exactly what you need to reach this level of tournament play.
Yeah.
You've got to believe. Even if your beliefs are wrong, you got to do it.
Yeah. You got to have amnesia, as they say about a quarterback. Great quarterback.
There's a DP. Chun-Li's jump is a little bit floatier, so I think it's going to be a little bit harder for Chun to jump in on Steve here. Lud's really got to try and force the game.
Yeah.
You know, she's got a little bit better anti-fireball tool. She can slide under any of them. Whew. The cross cut.
But it's a little bit floatier, and she doesn't have to dive. She doesn't have a way to alter the air trajectory. So you're sitting duck once you jump.
That's not true. She does have the air legs. That can be a good way to bait a DP,
That's true.
actually.
True.
But the hurt box is out pretty far, and I think that might end up getting DP to most of the
Yeah, it's not quite the same, but it's definitely an option. You're right.
She needs to do, I think Lud needs to do more crouch medium punch, right? Try and get through the fireball. It's something you can definitely do on reaction. It doesn't even take a hefty read. Activating V-Trigger, this is a big opportunity for Lud here. Chun's pressure in this V-Trigger 2, is much, much greater than Falke's, you know, any mix-up damage, pressure potential, plus the threat of unblockables. Or guard crush, I think is probably the preferred term in this situation. There it is right there. The Lud special, I'm calling it.
You are not very creative with these names, boy.
Yeah. You know, it's like a deli in here. Everyone's got a special.
All right.
It's like the sandwich name board.
Yeah.
That's Lud's thing, though, is that he's able to land a super with Chun every round. I don't know what it is.
The Ludovic.
The Ludovic.
Yeah.
Oh, what should I call it? Should I go for like car names and call it like the Bernice or something?
Hey man, you're the color guy here, dude. It's right around that crouch medium punch range that you were talking about. But Steve H is still playing a good footsie game. Not making it easy for him. He's implying the threat of the fireball. Gets himself to fireball range. Sometimes he even pumps the stick a little bit, but
yeah,
can never be too sure.
I wonder if maybe in Season 4 we'll see what the fans have been asking for, a fake fireball. They gave him the Jodan.
Why would they? Oh my god.
Because everyone can beat his fireball in this game, it seems like. You look like that really upset you.
Like, I don't know why you would put the only thing that John Choi ever said was like not good. Like if John Choi says don't do it, I'm like, all right,
Fair enough.
Real tales of Street Fighter here, folks. But Steve H fighting it back.
Just letting Steve jump over gets a throw, though.
Surprise Steve jumped in. He is down.
That is true.
Down on right, but he's usually the down back guy.
There's that crouch fierce we were looking for.
There it is.
Totally on reaction, too, I promise you. That's the Steve H face we're used to seeing right there.
You need to be at that. That was the perfect range to be to crouch medium punch on reaction to. You know, a little bit closer can be a lot tougher, and a little bit farther you'll be a little bit out of range.
That space is just good for Chun in general because, you know, the threat of the back forward medium punch, the threat of stand fierce is all at that same range. Wow, got a little bit tricky there, but Steve wasn't falling for it. Lud looking a little bit impatient despite being in a life lead here. Seems to be working out for him just fine, though. A little bit too early on the crouch medium punch there.
I mean, if Steve's gonna build his game around the fireballs, then those crouch medium punches are gonna come out a lot more. And that's guaranteed damage after a certain point.
That's true. Oh wow, dashing right into one of those. Walk, don't run.
I gotta say I'm a little surprised because that was Steve going back to the fireball game. He put more staggers in it. It wasn't just rapid fire, but it was still the fireball games. And Lud didn't believe. You know, he went with a stand strong at the end there instead of the crouch medium.
There's a punish for Lud and a corner push. Wow, just pouring it on thick. Steve's having none of it.
Trying to steal that turn back.
Good
Lud
stuff.
being a bully. Bully in the corner.
Wow, I don't know what that overhead was supposed to be. That must have been an execution error.
Slap.
Vertical shimmy. Back throw. Lud sitting very close to stun now. This is Steve H's chance. Puts himself in the lead.
Looking for the reset here.
Lud is really looking for the super. I have a feeling he's going to get it here. With this V-trigger activation, there's so many ways Lud can get it.
Fireball range, fireball or no.
I like that. He's just putting the idea of a fireball in Steve's head by throwing one of his own.
Running out of V-trigger. We saw Steve jump when the pressure was on.
Oh no, that could have been a super right there. He didn't believe.
Have to shrug that one off. Walks into the EX fireball, and that's gonna be the reset.
I'm not surprised. He did the same thing last week. I mean, if there's one thing Steve has, it's the durability, right? It's the stamina. He will sit through, he will reset a bracket, and he will time every game out if he has to.
Oh yeah, he's down to play a long set, man. That is his training partner du jour, Steve H. You want to play some games? You want to train him, buddy? He's going down. You want to play a first 100? Let's go.
Yeah, I think he's more comfortable like sitting in a tournament seat in grand finals than he is like on his own couch.
Just get some chicken or something, and like we'll play all day. Now we're both in the losers bracket.
Stream called me racist for making a comment like that about Steve.
You can't say
it.
it.
The man loves chicken.
You can't say it. I can say it.
Oh, really? You don't own chicken, okay?
That's how it works, man. Don't you know? Nah, man, you're right. It's verified. I can verify. I can vouch for you here.
The exact situation was that Steve had grease on his lips because I bought him a 20-piece chicken.
Okay, that's messed up. Okay, if he had greasy lips, and you were like, well, he's got chicken on his greasy lips. Well,
yeah, because he had chicken grease on his lips because he ate chicken that I bought him because he's my friend. Okay.
You wrong, man. You wrong. You wrong, man. He trying to win his own chicken out here. Both of us in the losers bracket, both players in the losers bracket. Steve H trying to do the thing with Ryu. For all the haters and naysayers out there, there is still true Shotos left in America. Steve H, one of them, despite Going down this first round.
Round 2. Fight.
Wow, big crush counter, new in 6-3.
That looked like it was late. And the active frame still got him.
I know the active frames are a little bit late in that move in general. Even that wasn't you know, the prime spacing. I think it just kind of looks like that. Steve goes for that sort of shimmy, that the meaty jump in shimmy quite a bit, and I haven't seen him work out for him too much. He should just go for the throw every once in a while. Sure,
but he's risking nothing. I think that's where he's coming from in that.
That is the Steve H. Wow, 3 block forward fierces in a row. Is this the same universe as it was 10 minutes ago?
Doesn't feel like it. Each one of those is making me clinch.
Jeez.
Oh, jump it. Oh.
I thought that was good.
I really thought he had it there.
I have a feeling there's going to be one bad fireball. I think Steve knows, though. Steve knows that Lud is going to be looking for this. That's why he's throwing these jabs out here. There it is.
All right, Lud answering back. First game in the grand final set. The switch to Chun is finally starting to pay off here.
Chun-Li wins.
It's changed the complexion of that fireball game quite a bit, and I'm surprised because Falke is like a little bit more compact in that, you know, with the jumps, the really quick pokes, and Chun is like a little bit more obtuse, you know, you're using the crouch strong and the jump is a little bit loftier, but he's still using it. I think it's just character familiarity.
Well, Chun can beat fireballs in a way that Falke can't. Okay, she can force a stalemate. Falke can force a stalemate a little better, but I think Chun is the right move here. Definitely a better anti-Ryu character. Wow, the whip
walk
punish.
Speed, man. He's using that ground speed. Every minute difference between Falke and Chun that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, Steve really trying to make something happen here. It's like 3 times more buttons than I've ever seen Steve press.
What is the solar plexus punch on block? Is it 0?
-2.
-2. Wow. I feel like it should be better than that. You gotta work hard to get that thing out.
Yeah. No, it sounds about fair. It seems balanced because the damage opportunity is large.
That's
right?
true.
And it's safe on block. Safe is good.
True.
And it's got that, you know, auto shimmy hitbox or hurtbox, where it moves his hurtbox back for the first couple frames. It could be a good button to press at the same time as your opponent, no matter what button they press.
It's like the lighter than jab strength fireball. Right?
Yeah, right.
It's like the 0.5 strength. Empty jump into the low.
Yeah, it's like a Dan fireball that nets you 300 damage if it hits.
Steve's starting to turn this thing back around. Just putting it right back in the...
There's another one, finds his mark.
Right back into where Ryu's comfortable.
Wow, went for the parry this time. I really feel like he felt the DP.
Boy, that was greedy. I mean, that was greedy, but that paid off. He got extra damage. Greed is good.
Unblockable setup here. Wow, that should have been a stun right there. There was no scaling on that.
No more V-trigger still available, but Lud's still scouting those fireballs.
Oh yeah.
So Steve goes to the jump, and another.
Steve knows he's been playing this matchup in this game and other games for years now against this player.
Think about a fireball? No. Steve knows, Lud knows better. This is just a threat.
Yep.
I think he's gonna throw it. Lud throws one. Dash up grab. Woo! And Steve goes for the dash grab.
That was, I wouldn't have predicted that.
No way.
I don't think I've ever seen Steve dash up grab.
That was unexpected, but I feel like, I mean, what we saw there, Lud closed the gap. Lud dash grab first.
Round 1.
So it gave Steve an opportunity. Why not?
Yep. Definitely
needed something.
If I were in that situation where I was, a single fireball's health away from death, and I took a big chance and it got thwarted, I would definitely say, okay, I need to hang back a little bit.
Yeah, I'm afraid. Chill out for a second. Sneak to grab.
It would definitely surprise me if my opponent was Steve H and he dashed it through me. I think this is what Lud needs to do in this matchup. He needs to crush the fireballs so that he can slide under the right one. Lud not playing his best today.
This is the pivotal matchup, man. The winner goes up to championship game. It's exactly where you want to be when you're in a position where you can win and you can't lose. No better position to be in the tournament. Okay.
Feeling we might see a throw here.
Oh, hit the counter hit.
You know, I've seen that a lot today. A lot of people are just not finishing their breakfast.
It's hard, man. You know, Street Fighter V in particular is so commitment based.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you only have one hit to make it happen, right? It's not like 4 where you could just jab, jab, and then you were still in throw range.
Strand light kick. Stops him.
I gotta say, I prefer this system a little better.
I know you do.
You gotta mean what you say in this game. Okay, there's no messing around. There's no takes backsies mulligans.
That's a good perspective. That's the way to look at it. Looking for a little bit of separation off of the EX legs, right back to mid-screen.
Back roundhouse, he was ready for that jump. He was waiting.
It's a juicy anti-air, yes.
I like that system a little better. The startup is long, and you know there's still a hurt box on it. It's not an invincible anti-air, so you really have to be ready for it, and then it nets you the cross-up opportunity. Wasn't ready for that jump.
Stood up. But Lud got away with it. Extra damage. Huge opportunity for Lud. Nice whip punish. Ooh.
It's very rare to see that. A forward fierce whip punished.
Yeah, he was way out of range there with that one, though. That was just a bad one.
I think he was probably expecting Lud to walk in a little bit.
Lud had shown the walk up.
He's been playing too much Tekken. I don't know if you saw that, but he ducked under the roundhouse, the Chun roundhouse, and then he threw a fireball to whip punish it.
Feels good. Do it. Ooh.
Wow. Fists.
That be available, and there it goes. Extra damage off of the juggle. This is the fireball spot. Any fireball game, any Ryu game, any Street Fighter, he just wants to be right here.
I like that. You know, normally after the back roundhouse, Steve will go for a fireball, but he's not putting it out there, I think because he's afraid of getting EX bird kicked. There's one right there.
Nice grab.
He's going to Steve H it out.
Really smart Abare from Lud there to wake up with the cross jab to avoid, like you said, the Steve H.
Super still, Super's still a factor here too.
Yeah, Steve doesn't quite.
That could be it. Oh wow, Steve answered. That could have just been a raw super. He bet the match on that.
I mean, what else would you do? Like, he's gonna die anyway.
No, I'm talking about Lud. Why didn't Lud just activate?
Oh yeah,
super
I mean, I don't know why Lud didn't do that, but I know why Steve was mashing DP.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the right answer.
I mean, I think he was just doing the muscle memory combo, you know, instead of just, you know, doing the cutting it short.
Yeah.
That's something, for me personally at least, whenever I try to cut the combo short, I mess up.
Oh, yeah.
You got to just do what you trained for me. So I feel like that may have been what was happening with Lud there. And we can hear Steve from over here. I don't know if you guys at home can catch it on the microphone. But
I hope you can.
What he is saying is like he's yelling about you could have just did the super, I'm sure.
I like it too. He was facing the audience like he was giving a sermon, like a lecture on this, you know?
Yeah.
He really wants to embarrass Lud here. I almost feel like there's bad blood. I never see these guys talking between matches or anything.
It's not on. I don't know what happened. It's not on. You're supposed to just open it, like put 4 numbers and open it.
Round 1.
I don't know. It looks like it's not plugged in.
Okay, there's the crutch counter combo that I think Lud was hoping to see in the last match. He goes for another one. He's really just hoping to catch him. I think he's probably trying to interrupt a forward fierce. Lud playing a little more patiently here. It seems like he's choosing his spacing a little bit deliberately, but he's not as active as we're used to him seeing.
I like that stand right now. Checks the jump in. Steve's been jumping from that range quite a bit. Is pretty close to ambiguous on the crossover range. Lud's got a beat on it.
A rare dash forward for Steve, and he went for a forward fierce there. Steve fighting from a life deficit. This is where he'll turn on a little bit. He'll come alive. He'll come online.
He's pressuring. Lud challenges the pressure. Gets
There's
the
another
crush
one.
counter. Oh, and on the
no,
solar
that's not a
plexus.
combo. I don't know what he was going for there.
It's again not scooping up those crush counters. Steve very close to the V trigger. He's not going to get it. I love it. Perfect. Perfect confirm from Lud.
I mean, it was coming. That wasn't, you know.
And I mean, that was a perfect activation, I should say.
Yeah.
Do it anyway. It's time to solar plexus beast around him.
Doesn't even try to punish the roundhouse or the sweep there. There's an instant stomp. We see that so rarely from Lud. It's something that we know is a big part of his arsenal. Steve doesn't usually fall for it.
It looks like they're playing the players, knowing that Steve is pretty trigger happy on those anti-air sometimes.
Yeah. Wow, Steve, a different side of Steve H than we're used to seeing right now. And he's on a life lead right now, and he's pressing so hard. Wow, another big opportunity for Lud right here. I think Lud might go ahead and take this match.
Really surprised that Steve, with all of that screen behind him, chose to dash, and he went right into a full combo. Jump in, challenge, but the trade.
Oh, wow, it dropped after the first hit.
Anybody's game, next hit, and Steve is throwing those fireballs. Pushes him out of range for the crouch medium punch punish.
You got to. It's all about the chip right now for Steve. There is absolutely no risk in throwing these fireballs, so he's throwing them now. He's going to stop. There's no reason to.
It doesn't matter for Lud, though. You take the chip, it doesn't matter. You know, you can't get hit one way or the other. Just make your way into a hit range and get that crouch medium. Wow.
He's playing too much Tekken, man. I'm telling you. He ducked the stand short.
I will just give him that one. I mean, he was just ducking hard. Steve H, though, still championship game here. He has run this thing all the way back.
Sitting on match point.
That's what you were talking about. Wake up 3-frame Dragon Punch, take the trade. Why not?
I can't keep a straight face when you look at me like that. It's a look of longing.
We're almost there.
Use my first name.
We're almost there. We're almost there, Dudemaster. Dudemaster 96.
I am German. Dudemaster 96.
Was that what it was? 96? Was it 86?
It's not. There's no number.
I could have sworn there was some number, dude.
You know, the number is supreme. The word's supreme.
I'm calling it Dudemaster 96, dude.
Dude, what is the 96?
It's all about 96.
Do you think I'm 22 years old? Do I look 22?
Oh, man.
I look like I could be your dad.
1996? Dude, that's just when you started playing Street Fighter, like Via. 1996 power. Jump in!
This could be it. I think this is it for Steve. No, he's lacking the meter. Oh, the short to close it out. Steve beating Lud again.